The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to Faurot Field in Columbia, Missouri, home of the Missouri Tigers. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on another SEC rival, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Razorbacks will get us started with the opening kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Missouri Tigers offense going to get the chance to start this game off. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason.
Breaks into the open. Got the first down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
How about the left side of the line getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make a big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up. Get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Still running at the 40. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
And the Tigers with the 1st and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. Touchdown, Tigers! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So the Arkansas Razorbacks offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Look out, he's got room. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He rifles one deep to the left. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Razorbacks will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And they'll get the punt out of there, and it'll be marked down just outside the opponent's 45.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hunt. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Razorbacks have their offense in high gear. They'll run it from the gun. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Wants to go up top. Going to try to get it himself. Finds a crease at the 20. Turning it on. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
Man, it's so nice to have a weapon like this at quarterback. It dictates coverage. You want to play man-to-man? Everybody turns their back. Watch him pick him up, put him down, chew up yards, getting a big play down the field.
On 1st and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks. Fit it in the window for the score.
And they cap off the drive with a touchdown, throwing the football. In the last play, they got the explosive. They get right back to the line of scrimmage and dial up another one. Great work by the quarterback and his target being on the same page. These last 2 plays, throwing the football, man, it doesn't get any better than that.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And he added the extra point. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way. He's loose on the left. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Quick release by the QB. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Bishop. Carrying the ball with attitude down to the 42.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Rides the back on the option, the give. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a 1st at the 32.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that 1st, keep the drive going.
This drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. Looking to fire. The sure hands, it's Terry. They were able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield, and created the negative play.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. A little screen to the running back. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch. Make the run. Get the first down.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease. Yeah, and what a nice job finding your matchup, Palmer, on 3rd down. Understanding I got a guy that can catch the ball in the backfield. Nice.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. The Razorbacks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a first down.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's called it.
Snagged in the middle. It's Brown. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And into the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Arkansas! It's It's as if every play call with this guy, you've got the play that's called, and if that doesn't work, something that might even be more dangerous.
How nice is that as an offensive coordinator, right, Reese? You know that even if what you called isn't exactly going to work, this guy can just pull a rabbit out of the hat. He can go backyard football and just take off. Man, this guy is fun to watch.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Got a man. It's James. And he's brought down after a nice game. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Tries to do it himself on the draw.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Terry. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Looking left. Hauls it in. Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Firing to the right, complete. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Trying to pound it in. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Touchdown, Missouri! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kentucky is in trouble right now, and unless something drastic changes, we're looking at Wildcat on the menu tonight in Lexington. They're trailing by 28 to Louisville. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
The Razorbacks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Makes the grab on the left side. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Hunt. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a 1st down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Waning seconds of the 1st half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. He got it. And we're locked up here in the 3rd. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that 1st half. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best 1st half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Missouri will kick it off to open this 2nd half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the 2nd half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. A full dive to haul that one in.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on 1st down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these 1st downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. And the Razorbacks line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quarterback making adjustments. 3rd down play from the gun. Got it in the middle, it's Hunt. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. The Razorbacks will try to convert on 4th down. Surging forward on the sneak. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red Snoopy. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And this will be the 9th play of the drive. Going to swing it on 2nd down. This time he's got his man. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. He'll throw on 3rd down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Couldn't find anywhere to throw the football, just got rid of it, and that's the #1 thing. Avoid disaster here.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. They'll give it to the back. Running into the open space. Tackled at the 25, but they get out of jail with a 15-yard pickup.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
Got it in the middle. It's James.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
On the run, it's Bishop. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the first down.
Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Tigers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. To the air on first down. Here's the pressure. Finds his tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Off play action. Throws for the tight end. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Running to Green. They make the stop, but he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23. So the final period starts with a second down play. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give to the single back. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. They've been really good moving the chains on 3rd down. Now 1 yard away from another first down in this drive. They'll try to run for it. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on 3rd down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Here's a heat. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Tiger. They move on top here in the 4th.
Man, this defense has their hands full. They're dealing with a quarterback that is pinpoint accurate, making good decisions, and they're dealing with a wide receiver group that has a lot of speed and some burners on the perimeter. They might want to think about playing some more zone coverage moving forward. That's now 3 passing TDs they've allowed.
Fielded in the end zone, it's ground. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David. Makes the grab down the left side. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Pass interference. Offense.
Some penalty. A little bit more or a lot more than other ones. That one wipes out a huge game. He'll set up to throw. Got him downfield. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. From the gun, the running back has it. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
He fires to the left side. Pulls in the deep ball. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Takes the handoff. It's Hunt. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some 1st downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Looking to fire. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. We'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Finds his man. It's Martin. That's some old-school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. So Missouri will have to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. drive will come from the 46. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
Second and 10. He'll throw again. He'll pull it down. There he goes. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down, stops the clock, and has them on the move trying to get the late score.
Well, defensively, you've got to have an answer for this athletic quarterback. You've got to do a better job containing him in the pocket, or you've got to have...
Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
They just need the extra point to deadlock this game. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Texas State went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that fourth quarter. Total destruction by the Bobcats. Never a dull moment when it comes to football in the Fun Belt, and that certainly held true again today.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to throw, and he's running out of time. Grabbed behind the line. It's Bishop. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
So here comes our first play of overtime. Wants to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. The defender got a little desperate there. Grabbed, held, and the offense will take the penalty. Here comes 1st and goal as they try to strike here in overtime. Here's the handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas! And they're on top here in overtime.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Touchdown, Tiger! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with the point after.
Obviously very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by 1, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
And they did tack on the extra point. Here in the second overtime, they'll snap it on first down. They'll start this drive going to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Terry. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They got it first in overtime. Can they keep this possession going on 3rd and 6? Takes the handoff. It's Bishop. Finds some fresh air. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They'll try to put 3 on the board and take the lead in overtime. Just drives it between the uprights. And now they regain the lead.
And he drills the short field goal. Listen, man, a little bit of disappointment, right? Like, I think they were in position. You wanted to get the touchdown. Now, all the pressure shifts to your defense and trying to get a stop, Jesse, because if they get in the end zone, this ball game's over.
This defense now has to come out with a sense of urgency. You're absolutely right. Would have wanted the touchdown. You take what you get. You got the 3. Now the defense has the ball.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Handoff from the gun. He breaks a tackle. Breaks another broken tackle. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. A touchdown ends the game here in overtime. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. 2nd and goal coming up. Wants to go up top. Bag's got it. A game winner. What a finish in double overtime.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and check that off. But if you're this football team, you're not celebrating that tonight. You're looking to build on this win moving ahead because they've got bigger goals down the road, Dave.
They do, and they've shown you some good flashes throughout the season, man. Some moments that really say this team could be really, really good. And so I think you continue to improve. You know at the end of the season,